Hello, Craig. Welcome to the stream. We are finally finishing this game and moving on. Finally.
What?
Go ahead, Benabdo. Have you really not seen your dad even once since you got here? What?
So...
What do you mean? Well, you know all those lockers on the second floor of the dorms?
Indeed.
I do, yes. But to get into any of the lockers, you'd need the handbook of whoever the locker belongs to. Actually, I managed to get them open using that emergency handbook.
I see.
The one you found in the headmaster's hidden room.
And?
So, did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers? I found a pocketbook, and after looking through it, I think it might be your pocketbook.
Why is that?
What makes you say that?
Because...
Like I said, only the locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us. After all, we only got access to that area just recently. What I'm saying is, there's no way I could have had access to any of those lockers, and if I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in a locker? Everything you just said makes perfect sense, but there was something written inside. It was about the headmaster, about your father.
What? If that's true...
Could that mean that video is real too? Video? No problem. I literally just woke up, so let's do this, y'all.
Makoto.
Makoto, I think everything is finally starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture, although I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined. What are you talking about? I need to go investigate those lockers right now. I need to confirm what you just said with my own two eyes. Oh, let me give you the headmaster's handbook. That way you can...
So...
That won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker with my own handbook. After all, it would seem that it's my locker. Your locker. Thank you. Good morning / afternoon / evening, wherever you are. Low-key tired. Your locker.
Makoto.
If you watch this, it'll all make sense. A DVD, and it says Class 78 urgent interviews. I found it in that hidden room after you left. I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means, so just watch it and see for yourself. So, basically, I kind of stopped the stream yesterday in the middle of the investigation, so I don't remember if you were here or not for this, but essentially we're investigating because we have to solve Mukuro Ikusaba's case while also solving the rest of the mysteries of this school. And we've pretty much found a lot of evidence that suggests that we've been in this school a lot longer than we think we have, because we found a picture in the headmaster, not a picture. We went to the gym and Monokuma gave us a picture, and I'll show you the picture. I think you'll realize exactly what it means. You'll understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us had ever seen before. None of this makes sense right now. But I guess that means there's some important clue on this DVD.
Makoto.
Oh, and now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble?
In other words...
So as it turns out, the arrangements I'd made didn't stick. What I mean is, I'm less and less sure of everything, even my own feelings. You're talking about your dad, right? I can never find the answers to the questions I wanted to ask for the rest of my life, and all because of the mastermind.
However...
But there's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swore to destroy the mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that. Kyoko's eyes burned with the fire of determination. The determination to defeat the mastermind. It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness.
Why?
So why is it? Why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's just no understanding it, I guess. She let out a small laugh as she said it, but her smile was filled with sorrow. So that's it for my rambling. There's still much to do before I can consider my task complete. Yeah, you're right.
Hey,
But keep this in mind. There is only ever one absolute truth. Whether that truth serves justice or suffering, whether it's the greatest truth or the worst. What do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope. Absolutely not, because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know? Indeed. Sorry if that was strange.
So then...
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial. Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko was gone. I'd better get going myself. I got that DVD from Kyoko. I should head to the AV room to check it out. Kyoko said something about hopeless truth, but no matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's the worst truth in the world. I can't afford to lose. So, this is the picture we got from Monokuma. You can't really see it, but everyone in the picture is everyone who was inside the school, including Mikuro Ikusaba. The only person who's not in the picture is Makoto, who is me. So I'm the only one who's not in the picture. And we also figured out that the bio lab is actually pretty much a morgue. Kyoko did like an actual examination of the body, and she found that both the stab wound that they talked about in the Monokuma file and the blow to the head were inflicted after death. So Mikuro Ikusaba did not die from the stab wound or the blow to the head. Yeah, so it's weird. It is weird. It is really weird. And Makoto is thinking that because he's not in the picture, he thinks that the others might be all working together. Because what he thought, and this picture pretty much disproves that, he thought that everyone had all met up at the same time, the first time that everyone got to the school. But this picture says otherwise. So now he's thinking, well, did they all know each other beforehand, and I'm the only one who didn't know? I think the AV room is on the second floor. We also investigated, I don't know if you saw the dormitory second floor, but we investigated that place too. Yeah, Makoto's reasoning is kind of like shoddy. I could show you the dormitory second floor if you didn't see it. But we went there too. We investigated there, and now I have to go to the AV one. But this is the dormitory on the floor. So yeah, as you can see, kind of looks like a blast zone. Especially this room, like this room right here looks like a freaking blast zone. Yes, we did. We found something very, very important on the second floor. So what we found on the second floor was this room. Well, okay, we found two very important things on the second floor. We found this room right here. And this room right here is the headmaster's room. So we found this, and we also got inside this secret door back here. And we found a secret room in the back with a picture of this picture. And this is a picture of Kyoko and her father, who's the headmaster. They must have really cared about her. And we also found this. We also, well, they won't show you, but we also found a present inside. And we also found a present inside this room, and inside were the bones of the headmaster. So, yeah, there are a lot of secret rooms in this school. And this is where we also found an emergency e-handbook, so that, and we took the emergency e-handbook and used it on this room. And this room, well, we can't go in here now because Kyoko's in here, but this room was essentially a locker room, and what we found in here was a handbook, well, a little pocketbook filled with notes and things that Kyoko had written down. But the only thing about this is that we have never been upstairs to this room before. Up until this point, this area had been locked off. This area had been closed off from us, so we could not go here. So there's no way that a pocketbook from Kyoko could have found its way up here if Kyoko's never been up here. Same thing, we also found, I want to see if I have it. This too, we found this notebook, which has Yasuhiro's name on it, the psychic. It has his name on the notebook, and the stuff in that locker was all his. So we've discovered that somehow, despite never being up here, some of the people's stuff has been in these rooms somehow. So now I'm about to go to the AV room to figure out what exactly is going on here. That's not where the AV room is. AV, turn around, it's right here. The AV room is on the first floor? I thought it was on the third floor. I mean the second floor. I guess I was wrong. You should be able to play DVDs just fine. Well then, I'd better take a look. I took the DVD Kyoko gave me and put it in the player. It said that it was playing, but nothing appeared on screen. I stared into the black of the monitor. It must have only been a few seconds, but to me it felt like an eternity. And then, all of a sudden, an image appeared. Sayaka? It took me by total surprise. I hadn't seen Sayaka in who knows how long.
Okay,
and there
then.
she was.
Are you ready to begin?
The voice I heard was of a man positioned on one side of the screen. It was the voice of a middle-aged man.
I do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation. I'm a little slow, you know. I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
It sounded like he was trying to make a joke, but Sayaka's tense face didn't move a single millimeter.
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute. It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much. Now then, let me get straight to the point. There is a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school.
Sayaka never knew her, but isn't she a former student and not dead? Sayaka was like one of the first people to die. But, she and Makoto are like the only people who knew each other before they went to high school because they went to junior high together. But this is
Can you accept that?
This is a very interesting. This last trial is so crazy. You want me to accept that? Sayaka was obviously at a total loss. It made total sense. Who would agree to spending the rest of your life in the school? I accept. What?
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
Okay. And also what we found in Kyoko's pocketbook was her writing down a conversation that she had with her dad, where her dad, who's the headmaster, pretty much said, he was pretty much telling her that he wanted to keep all the ultimates in one place and like keep them safe from the rest of the world. So he was the one who came up with the idea, as you can see, obviously, of keeping everyone inside the school for the rest of their lives. But he was not the one who decided that it was going to be a killing game. He wanted to keep everyone safe. Just kind of not in the right way. As if on cue, that's where the video cut out. There was a lot I hadn't understood up till now. But this, only this, I simply couldn't comprehend what I'd heard. Because I know how much Sayaka wanted to get out of here. I know how much she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. She wanted that so bad. She tried to frame me for murder. So, why? Why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? As I sat there thinking about it, I noticed a sudden light. On the monitor, the video that I thought was finished flashed back on screen. My eyes darted back to the screen. And if I was confused before, what I saw next pushed me right over the edge. I bet it's gonna be Makoto. Oh. Huh? What I saw was me. Impossibly, undeniably me.
So, Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Yes.
Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He and I were having what seemed like a fairly normal conversation, but I in the here and now had absolutely no memory of it. I had no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down to talk to him like this.
Shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Yes.
This can't be real. I said yes?
I'm sorry I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, that's the very least I can do for you.
So Makoto spoke to the headmaster too and agrees to stay his life at school. Yep. And I'm pretty sure it's the same for everyone else too. Everyone else who's now dead and everyone else who's still alive. They just don't have any memory of it. And that's what's crazy. And this is where this game gets crazy. Once again, the video cut out. From there, the video repeated the same scene again and again with the others. Byakuya, Toko, Ahina, everyone. They all said that they agreed to live in this school forever. And then Kyoko. Her interview with him had been recorded just as clearly. Without doubt, she had met him. She'd sat down with the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, her father, and when he asked her his question, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted a life within the school. Just as Kyoko's interview was wrapping up, the monitor suddenly went black. Huh? It wasn't just the monitor. The DVD player itself had apparently turned off, which of course meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. But What the heck just happened?
Say what?
Oopsie, looks like it broke. Out of service. Why would they agree when Headmaster says he's going to do all he can to protect them? That, my friend, is a spoiler, and I cannot say anything until we get to the trial. What? It just so happened to break just now? Now then, when does it matter? Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right? Failure, my ass. You cut the power on purpose. Well, whatever. Even if I watched the whole thing, it'd just be more of the same. He'd ask them the question, and they'd all say yes. I couldn't help myself. I let out a huge, exasperated sigh, but as I did, I remembered something.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point, my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. A convenient outcome. Something that seemed to obviously work in favor of the mastermind. So does that mean I've lost my memory too? What about the others? Have we all forgotten? Or... maybe hypnotized, but I'm drawing a blank here. Well, we're about to find out. It is class trial time, I think.
For anything that had to start, there has to be an end.
Yep.
And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start. There is no night that doesn't have a dawn. Although that dawn is totally pitch black, there is no storm that won't eventually end. Of course, then that leads to drought. But as I said, every end is the promise of a new beginning. Which is why I'm sure we'll get to meet again, because the end is only the beginning. Anyway, let's get started. The beginning of the end of the class trial. Everyone gather once again at you-know-where.
And it's time. It's about to begin again. The class trial is going to start. The final class trial. The last time all of our lives will be on the line. The last time hope and despair are on the line. I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Okay then. This is the end. Maybe they are forced to repeat this experience with new people added each time. Maybe. I guess I'm the first one on this then. I'm really pulling at straws. This is tough. All will be explained soon.
Makoto.
You're early, Makoto.
Listen.
Does that mean you feel prepared? Yeah. For now, at least. Yes. Hold on. Where's everyone else? Why aren't they here yet?
However...
Don't worry, I'm sure they'll be here soon. And just like she said... Byakuya. Byakuya? They arrived, one after another, but they were all in the same state of shock. Hina? Hiro. Silence. And it wasn't any normal silence. It was the deafening silence of fear and suspicion. It was like... Thank you. The first class trial.
You called for me and so I appeared!
I'm late!
I'm on fire!
Ah, strong silent master is so wonderful, so cool, so hot. My loins are ablaze. Now listen, everything will be just fine if you leave it to me.
Beautiful scissors!
With my scissor-sharp scissors in hand, I'll stab and gouge and shiv the master of evil. But I thought you couldn't kill anyone but adorable little boys. If it's what master wants, it can be boy, girl, or anything in between. I can handle it. Where am I? No human language can describe the disappointment I'm feeling right now. Is everyone here? Ooh, and wearing our gloomy Gus faces, I see. Okay, well then, let's begin.
Chills! Kills!
This final class trial is going to be slathered in pitch black despair, climb maximum sorrow. Wow. You're right, this is the final class trial, and this time it'll be fair. What do you mean, this time? Stop with all the slander. I'm a bear in good standing, you know.
Unbelievable.
If there was a Mr. Fair Guy Universe contest, I'd take home the tiara every year. I'm gonna win this game super fair and square. And I'll make sure everyone watching at home knows that despair is mightier than the hope.
Stop talking.
Enough of your tedious dribble. Begin the class trial already. Sure, let's begin the trial already. I'll be waiting for you down below. So don't try and run away. Laughing as odd as ever, Monokuma disappeared. Whatever.
In the name of my
This
family.
will be over in no time. With an inexplicable confidence, Byakuya was the first to step into the elevator. One by one, the others followed. Nobody made eye contact. Nobody said a word. They just disappeared into the elevator.
Hey.
They're all acting odd. Like they're paranoid, suspicious of each other.
However...
But you know why that is, don't you? Yeah, I think so.
However...
Well, you can tell us all about it soon. At the class trial. You're right. I'm ready.
So...
Ready to win, right? Of course. I'm glad to hear you say that. And then Kyoko was aboard the elevator. Time to go. I started making my way toward the opening, step after step toward that gaping maw. I'd resolved that this would be the last time. I repeated to myself that there was no fear, no mystery left. I pushed the anxiety down, calmed my trembling body, and finally, on steady legs, I passed the threshold and stood in the elevator. Without warning, it began to descend, deeper and deeper. Deeper, 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 still. Deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. Deeper and deeper it fell. Yup, this is gonna be super good. Y'all ready? I closed my eyes and sight fell away. All sound too disappeared. Alone in the universe, I waited for the elevator doors to open for the last time. What could have been seconds or centuries later, I felt the gentle vibration of the elevator come to an end. I slowly opened my eyes. This is the final trial site? What do you think? Isn't it just the perfect background for deciding a person's fate? It's the long-awaited last stage, the always exciting final boss battle. And I'm gonna sit in on this one. I'll just sit right here in this vacant 16th seat.
Chills! Kills!
Well then, let's begin! Yes. Yes, I want to save. Okay, so these are all my truth bullets. I have 17 truth bullets. All my skills are set. I am finishing my preparations.
Since this will be the final class trial, I've come up with a special rule.
Let's do
So
this,
listen
y'all.
up! If you can figure out Mukuro's killer and go on to solve the mystery of this school, you guys win! But if you can't, then I win! And of course, waiting for the loser is the super exciting, super heart-pounding punishment!
Are you saying that if you lose, you'll execute yourself?
Yep, sure will.
And that's final? No loopholes? No wiggling out of it later?
Of course not! Bears never go back on their word!
Never mind all that. I just have one question for you.
Hagakure, if you say something stupid, I'm gonna throw this controller at the TV.
Oh, you're taking this serious, huh? Are you feeling okay?
Is the mastermind only one person? Don't bother. I already know the answer.
Wait, between saving my crew and the people who's left, then I'm not sure. Oh shit. Ah, that's how I feel, to be honest. Like this last little group, I was like, you couldn't let somebody I actually like survive. You just had to let everybody I don't like, except for like Kyoko. She's one of the only people that I like. But we have an idiot, some guy who's so high up on his horse. Some guy who's like so high up on his little high horse that he can't see anything below him. And some girl who is okay with being treated like absolute garbage. How about, like, I have an idea. How about we just kill off the people who are not cool and just me and Kyoko can just go off by ourselves. Don't bother. I already.
You're all the
already.
mastermind, aren't you? You're all out to get me.
And there we go.
I'm
Stupidity.
right, aren't I? I knew it.
Why are we having like a non-stop debate about this? What are you talking about?
You guys have all been working together, haven't you? I have evidence, so I know I'm right.
Hey, you stole my line. You're all out to get me. I'm sure of it.
You
I
guys are
have evidence of my own.
all idiots because I'm pretty sure I know
What a
exactly what that
I
evidence
too
is.
have evidence to present. Evidence that proves everyone other than me has been working together.
What? Wait, hold on. This doesn't make any sense. How can the three of us each have that kind of evidence?
It's the group photo.
No, that's wrong.
It's the group photo.
It's not just you three. I have evidence too.
What? You too?
Because it's the group photo. So what I'm thinking is that the group photo that everyone got had everyone in the picture except for them. So it was pretty much a way for Monokuma to make everyone suspect each other and turn against each other in the last class trial. That's why no one who got the group photo is in that specific picture. So Yasuhiro wouldn't be in his, Byakuya wouldn't be in his, Hina wouldn't be in hers.
The evidence you're all referring to is this group photo, right?
I agree, like, I hate the others, low-key.
Well, yeah.
Like, the others can be so stupid. And it's crazy. Like, Hagakure and Asahina, they, like, kinda... So they won't be in their own photo, yeah. And because they're not in their own photo, they start turning around and pointing fingers at everyone else. What doesn't make sense to me is that if you're not in the photo, what makes you think that you're not the person taking the photo? What if you're the person who was taking it? So then you have no reason to suspect anybody of anything.
Huh? Wait, but mine's different. With the picture you have, I'm in it. But that can't be right, because in my picture... See? I'm the only one not in it.
Look at Sakura in the background, just about to freaking come and barrel somebody out of... Like, she's about to push somebody out of the way with the speed she is going at. She's about to knock Makoto and Leon into next gear. I figured as much. In which case...
You have a picture too, right? Let's see it.
Okay, but be careful with it. It's pretty important evidence.
This one too. It's just like I thought. But I'm like, what makes you think that you're not the person taking said picture? Obviously it can't be Hifumi. Like, yeah, he's holding a camera, but what is he taking a picture of? Like, sometimes yo, come on, man. But you know what I noticed in all these pictures? In all these pictures, now that I've noticed, unless, hold on, sorry, I'm gonna have to go back and stream really quick because I want to see something and confirm it. Yeah, I hope you notice it as well, but everyone in this picture you can see except for one person. And it's the same with every single one of their pictures. Then a bit later are fooled. Exactly. Like, they act smart for one specific scene, and then the next scene they're like, I don't understand. It's just like I thought.
The secret in these pictures has been revealed.
Secret or whatever, I don't care! You guys are all in on this together! That's why I'm the only one missing!
But you're in my picture! You're the ones trying to trick me!
So the whole purpose behind these photos was to get us questioning and fighting with each other. The mastermind laid a trap to make us each think everyone else was working against us.
Yup. And I really hope that you noticed this, but I noticed it. Like I said before, there's only one person whose face you cannot see in the picture. But then again...
I laid a trap?
Hold on, because... You really can't see it, but when they were showing like the up-close pictures, there was only one person who's... her name, I can't really say her name, but in the last picture that they showed, she had her back turned to the camera, and she also had her back turned to the camera in the other one too, and in the one that Makoto has, someone's hand is like blocking her entire face. She's already dead, but it is... If I can find her, where is she? This girl. She, every single picture, is it the person that, Sakura is blocking her face? I think in my picture, another person is blocking her face, but it's her. Every single picture that she's in, you cannot see her face. And I don't know, there's something weird about that. Because in the picture that Makoto has, he's blocking her face by saluting. He's blocking her face with her elbow. So I'm like, I don't know, there's something real sus about that. There's something sus about that. Yeah, in your photo, it's either Sakura or Crazy Diamond Guy is blocking her face. Yeah. So, there's something sus. And then in the other two pictures, she's facing away from the camera, so you can't see her face. Like, in Hiro's picture, which I think was the picture of them in the classroom, her back is like turned away from the camera. You can't see her face.
Trap? How rude! What grounds do you have for such audacious accusations?
I don't know, that's weird to me. Especially if you knew that you were getting your picture taken. Like, okay, maybe I can understand the picture that Hina has. Because I don't know if the people in that picture knew they were getting their picture taken. I think it just happened. But in those other two pictures, like, some people were posing for the camera, so everyone knew that they were getting their picture taken. The only person who I think might not have known was Mondo, and that's because he was asleep on the desk. But everyone else knew they were getting their picture taken, so why would you turn your back away from the camera? The proof I need to reveal Monokuma's trap. Each photo has a certain something in common. There's a connection regarding what person isn't shown in the group photos, and that person is the ones who got the photos.
In each case,
maybe in like
the
one
only
photo
one
showed
not
it,
in the
all of them
picture
is very
is the person
suspicious.
who received
Exactly.
it.
That's really sus. I don't like that. There's something off about that.
So, in the picture I got, I'm the only one missing.
See? Like, the guy right there next to Sakura is blocking her face like entirely. It's like she stood right there to make sure that she was not seen.
In the picture Hina got, she's the only one missing.
And this one, I can kind of understand why her back is turned, because you can see her over in the corner. I can understand why her back is turned, because maybe not everyone knew that they were getting their picture taken.
And in the picture Hiro got, he's the only one missing.
But notice how everyone here knows that that their picture is being taken. Almost everyone here knows that their picture is being taken because a lot of people are posing for said picture. And she is the only one with her back turned.
As long as we're talking about it, I suppose I should show you my photo as well.
And I bet the girl's gonna be turned around in that picture too.
In other words, Monokuma gave each of us a group photo in which that person wasn't included.
Yep, her face is blocked by the spray of the water. Must be a pro at spot the difference games.
And when we each
I haven't played a spot the difference game in forever, but I feel like I would be though.
Figured it out, huh?
Yeah, I thought that must be it. But how was that a hint?
But you know, there might be more to this than just Monokuma trying to confuse us. There's something else that bothers me about everyone's pictures. Have you noticed it, Makoto? What is it? What's digging at me?
Can I see everyone's group photo one more time? It's not directly connected to what we're talking about, but I'd like to double check something.
Sure, no problem.
You know what it is, Makoto. I think he knows.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I'm sure there's something unusual about these group photos. What is it? I need to compare each of them one more time. Byakuya's picture, her face is being covered by the spray of the water. Hina's picture, her back is just completely turned. Hiro's picture, once again, back completely turned. And mine, her face is completely blocked out by someone else's pose. There's something strange about all of them. Something I can't quite pin down. Something...
Can you just forget about the photo already? Ugh. Trying to trick me with such an obviously fake photo? I'm still pissed about that.
Who says they're fake, though?
And on top of that, they went to all that trouble to make it look like we were wearing matching uniforms.
But who says it's fake?
So you think they're fake? No. I assure you, they're quite real.
What are you talking about? There's no way.
Yeah! I don't remember ever taking a picture like that. So it's gotta be a fake. I'm sure of it.
But you know, can we really be so sure?
Huh?
Don't get me wrong, I don't remember taking this picture either, but is that really enough to be absolutely positive they're fake?
What do you mean?
Like, I really, to be honest, like, I've played this game before. Not played this game, but I've seen like a playthrough of this game before, but I actually do not remember what happens in like half of these trials, so this is just all new stuff to me. So I'm just like, oh my gosh. The reason I don't remember this picture isn't necessarily because it's fake. There might be some other reason, some terrible reason, an unbelievable but entirely horrifying reason. I don't know what this word is supposed to be, so... Okay, well, it's not that. Oh, I'm killing myself, though. Oh, amnesia. I'm sitting here like, I don't know what this word is supposed to be. Sometimes I can be as stupid as them, I swear to God.
Now I understand.
Hey, Yuki, welcome to the stream.
Let's say that somehow we'd all lost our memories.
For Jank
That could explain it, couldn't it?
We all just lost our memories at the same time and forgot about the photo. Makes sense. Zeb, you expect me to believe such an
Says the same man who will sit here and believe that aliens are taking over the world and that lizard people are walking among us. You can be quiet.
Yeah! We all lost our memories? That's just crazy!
It's only natural that they wouldn't believe it, but no matter how much they refuse, if that's the absolute truth, they have no choice. We can't move forward until they accept it. And there's another way to prove it besides those pictures. Is it going to be the pocketbook in Yasuhiro's notebook? Oh. Monokuma can tell you the interview DVD.
You're saying we all got spontaneous amnesia? Since when did this turn into some kind of
Yeah, but this
sci-fi
was proven
fantasy?
before.
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory. Ever since I got to this school, I remember everything that's happened.
Are you sure about that, Hina?
No, that's wrong.
Are you sure about that, girl?
Those photos aren't the only things that point to the possibility of memory loss.
Okay, but this was proven before, LMAO. A lot of things have been proven before in this game, but the characters just conveniently forget that it was ever proven, and then they're like, wait, huh? What?
This DVD does the same thing.
You're not gonna show us something indecent, are you?
No, y'all didn't remember the first photos. Honestly, I'm like, Makoto has literally shown you pictures of each of you in different school settings, in classrooms, at the pool, at a track, literally showing you pictures of all the places that you have been inside this school, but they're like, I don't remember this. That's not true. That's fake. And it has already been proven before that none of the pictures are fake. None of the pictures that he gives us or that we find are fake. So
No,
like,
it's nothing like that.
y'all, come on.
It's a video of all of us being interviewed by the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster.
When you say all of us, you mean...
Yes, all
I
of
mean
us.
all of us, including you.
You lie! I never did any kind of interview.
How about we pull up the video and then I can just show you for
it's
yourself?
not a lie. Just watch the DVD and you'll see for yourself. The headmaster did, in fact, interview you.
What are you saying?
We're saying that your memories were erased.
I didn't imagine you would remember.
It's not about whether or not I remember. You expect me to believe all this? That I I lost my memory somehow?
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so we have no choice but to accept it as reality.
Thank you,
How can you
Byakuya.
say that? We're talking about living, breathing amnesia here!
I don't remember amnesia being a living thing, but okay.
To be honest, I have something else on my mind right now.
Something else?
You said the DVD contains recordings of us being interviewed by the headmaster, right? What were the interviews about?
The headmaster sat each of us down, one at a time, and asked us the same question. He asked
For
us if we
real?
could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives in this school.
What kind of question is that?
And how did we answer?
We'd
all
say
said yes.
no, obviously.
Nope, y'all all said yes. Why? Comments. Hello? Literally getting freaking comments. Oh my god, this YouTube. We gonna fight, I swear.
Actually, we all said we could. Even me. I heard myself say yes. I could spend the rest of my life at this school.
Why? Why would you say yes to something like that?
You said yes too, Toko.
I don't know. I don't remember a thing.
The same goes for everyone else. Nobody remembers. You don't remember choosing to live here forever, or even talking to the headmaster about it at all.
It doesn't matter if I remember or not. Even if I bought the whole amnesia thing, the idea that I would want to live here forever?
And for real, I'm like, you did too. Everyone did it. No one was an exception.
That's just insane! How can I believe that?
Insane or not, we can't move forward until you accept it. Am I right?
You sure are, 'cause it's all true.
What?
I know it sounds absurd, but if it's the truth, there's nothing we can do about it.
Indeed. We only have one path in front of us.
Exactly.
Really?
Yup.
Yep, you all totally lost your memory at the same time.
This is all making my head hurt.
And this isn't like some normal kind of memory loss.
Nope.
You stole those specific memories from us, didn't you?
Oopsie, you figured that part out too, huh?
Of course. There's no way we would all just happen to get amnesia at the same time.
How could someone just steal our memories?
How? Come, that hardly matters right now. If I said it was hypnotism, would you believe me? Or we opened up your skulls and messed with your brains? Would you really believe anything I said? How it happened doesn't matter right now.
What matters is figuring out what memories you took from us. That's what you're trying to say, right?
I knew I could count on you.
He drugged
The
y'all.
interview with the headmaster, taking that
Bill
group photo,
Cosby, y'all.
those can't be the only memories we lost. There must have been a purpose to it all. A reason for taking away our memories.
I'm going to hell for making that joke, I
Of
swear.
course there was a purpose. It all has to do with the original motive.
The original motive.
You mean the motive you came up with to try and get us to all kill each other?
That has something to do with the memories you stole from us?
I mean, they feed them at that school.
It sure does.
For real, they do.
But that part's still a secret. Anyway, I'm sure it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay, so you want us to figure out who killed her before we do anything else.
I swear, if I hear the name Mukuro Ikusaba one more time. So until we do that, well, either way, we have to explain every last remaining mystery, so... The one who killed Mukuro, the true mastermind, that's what we need to expose. Monica in the control room. Oh no, okay.
So who did it? Who killed her?
Be quiet, Monokuma.
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is the mastermind really here in the school?
Of course! They have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
What does make me so sure?
Girl!
Exactly! You're just making stuff up! There's no way the mastermind is here!
They are.
The mastermind is probably a million miles away!
Nope. Nope. That's wrong, girl. The mastermind is right here within us.
There's no question that the mastermind is somewhere within the school.
How do you know? Did you find some evidence or something?
Exactly. The hatch
In
in
the
the
back of
control
the
room.
data center, I found a panel that controls Monokuma. The mastermind must have been using that to control him all this time. So there can't be any doubt. The mastermind has been inside the school all along.
There can't be any doubt. In which case, there also can be no doubt that the mastermind is one of us.
What? Why?
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma said to him earlier.
I swear if it's that same cutscene, I am not reading this again. I'm gonna read this in the most generic voice that I can because I am tired of reading this freaking cutscene in the Monokuma voice. We already know what he said. He said 16 students. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students, and the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
So if the mastermind is in the school, we have to assume it can only be that 16th student.
Yup. Even before the headmaster is Makoto, I'm dead. That would be a crazy plot twist if I was actually just the mastermind the whole time.
How'd they manage to survive all of this?
So we're the only ones here? It's not me! I'm not the mastermind!
And no one said you were, but you just made yourself look suspicious.
I blame Makoto!
What? Why me?
'Cause it's super weird how you're the only one who survived being executed.
Oh, I get it! The only way he could have survived is if he was actually the mastermind himself, right?
I know these bitches are not sitting here and accusing me of being the mastermind, knowing damn well that the only way I could be the mastermind is if I snuck away from y'all, went to the control room, and controlled Monokuma. You can't control the mastermind. You can't do that. You can't control Monokuma and be... How does that even work?
Aw, nuts! You got me!
Wait! What are you trying to say?
Everyone, calm down. There's no reason to panic. The Mastermind's true identity will become clear soon enough. Just as soon as we find out who killed Mukuro.
Alter Ego's save. Shut the fuck up. Not only do they know about Alter Ego's save, but they also all know that Monokuma cannot be controlled at the same time that the mastermind is watching us. So how can Makoto control Monokuma but also be standing literally right next to him? What? Monokuma has his own control room, meaning someone has to be controlling Monokuma at this exact moment. What?
That's a good point. Rather than wasting time bickering, we should put our minds to work solving this mystery.
See, and that's the problem with, because we all got stuck with the idiots. We got stuck with the idiots and the person who has a stick shoved so far up his ass that it's coming out of his mouth. Like,
yeah, well, how much time have we already spent talking about the murder?
like the only smart people here, me and Kyoko. Like, sometimes even Byakuya acts like an idiot, low-key.
He's right. What more is there to talk about?
If you want something to talk about, I think there might be one thing. We haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
Huh? But I thought we figured that out. She died when she got hit in the back of the head.
Nope.
No, that isn't actually what killed her. It was something entirely different. Wouldn't you agree, Makoto?
Mm-hmm, I would agree. Makuro's actual cause of death must have been the other wounds.
All of the wounds covering her body. That's what really killed her.
Hey, now hold on a second. You did read the Monokuma file, right?
Yeah, but obviously you didn't. I'm sorry, I'm so bad. I'm just like roasting these characters and calling them idiots and stuff. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old.
It made it pretty clear. Those wounds were made at least a few days ago. So they can't possibly be what killed her.
Consider this. What if the murder itself took place at least a few days ago?
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days? If that's true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That doesn't make any sense.
And I'm just letting y'all know right now, I have, like, never seen anything for the second game. So, the second game is gonna be like a complete, like, I mean, I've seen stuff for the second game, but I haven't, like, played it, nor have I seen, like, a playthrough of it. So, the second game is gonna be like a mystery to me. So, we'll see how well that goes.
Because she had all those wounds before she ever came here.
Huh? How do you know that?
Isn't it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right? So that means, you know...
You're wrong.
She denied me. Before I could even say anything. Come on. I mean, you think I'm not weird, okay? At least listen to what I have to say before you deny me!
If you're so sure we're gonna deny you, why bother saying it in the first place? Covered in chicken blood. I still can't get over that it was chicken blood. Why did I do that to the chicken?
Ultimate soldier. She must have been in 100 different battles. So, when you think about it, obviously, she got all those wounds in battle.
Nope.
No, that's wrong.
The second game is going to be completely fresh to you too. Yup. So we gonna go in there.
No,
I know the characters have no idea about any of the trials. Don't know who's gonna die. I have no idea. I don't know. I only know like the characters, so I know who all the characters are, but I don't know who's gonna die. And like there are certain characters that I don't like, but there are also characters that I do like. But I have never.
The file we found in the headmaster's room
fresh.
said as much.
A fresh game.
Despite the time she spent in battle after battle as a member of Fenrir, when she entered this school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
To be denied so completely. Actually, it's kind of refreshing. Maybe it's because of all of Master's training.
The only thing that I will tell you right now is that none of the characters in the second game act like this. So we are not gonna have to deal with some girl having a freaking orgasm because somebody is treating her like garbage.
Anyway, so we can be sure that Mukuro suffered all those wounds after coming to this school. In which case, they could be the very thing that killed her.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. When examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead,
Yeah, but like, oh yeah, that's true. But that was a long time ago though, so I don't really remember like who died and who ended up being the one who did it, you know?
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, I think we can say this with confidence. The wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
Mukuro, why they gotta have like this silhouette of a woman with
But if that's what killed her...
I mean, dang.
Then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
That's exactly what it means. When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night?
What happened last night? Oh.
Makoto,
I forgot this happened.
You said you were attacked
like,
in your
day.
room by a masked assailant. If Mukuro had already been dead for several days, certainly it couldn't have been her. So who was it that attacked you?
The identity of the one who attacked me. I can't think of anyone else. Mastermind.
The one who attacked me was the true mastermind. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask, I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked me. But I was wrong. It wasn't her at all. It was the mastermind.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting a little impatient sitting here listening. I think I'm gonna jump in. Let's start off with a nice, easy question. Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption. You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask. The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusaba. At least, that's what I think.
New game, new kill animation for the second game. Yup. New execution.
Do you have any evidence that might convince me otherwise?
No, there's no way Mukuro was the one that attacked me. Even if I didn't see their face. Mukuro had a very obvious finger tattoo. Comparing that to the masked attacker who didn't have a tattoo. Couldn't be if she was dead for several days. Couldn't be if she was dead for several days and the person who attacked me didn't have a tattoo on their hand that signified that they were for finger, which means... Never mind. That's so crazy. Well, this doesn't help me now, does it?
You never saw their face, right?
Monokuma, shut up.
So you
Quiet.
can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba.
No, it was
You're
not.
wrong. Even without seeing their face, there's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh, why am I shooting
and
her?
What is this other part? Is it the right hand? Or the left hand? Maybe the right foot? Or perhaps the left foot? Or could it be the hips?
Her most noticeable feature, the tattoo that marked her membership in Finir. I can't remember what hand it was on. Help. I can't remember if it was the right or the left. That tattoo was in a certain DV. I know it was on her hand, but which hand? I can't remember. Hold on. Hold on. Because I know I have it in here somewhere, I think. Do I not have it in here? Ah. It was her right hand, I'm sure of it. Thank you, Craig.
You never saw their face, right?
So you can't have... I'm telling you now, you're wrong. there's another part of the...
Oh? Is it the right hand or the left hand? Maybe the right foot. Or perhaps the left foot. Or could it be the hips?
Why do you have to say it like that? He's like, or could it be the hips? And like, whoa.
You never saw her, so you can't have any... I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusama!
No! The stupid...
You never saw her, so you can't have... I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro...
You're wrong. There's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't...
Oh? Is it the right hand or the left hand?
No, that's not what I'm trying to do. I am really going to scream right now. Okay.
Shoot! You never saw it, so you can't have any... I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusama.
You're wrong. There's another part of the...
Okay, so I'm gonna try like two things
right
here.
Hand or the left
First,
hand?
let me get this.
Maybe
My God.
the right foot. Or perhaps...
Or could it be
The
hips?
You're rushing it. Just take your time. I know. Maybe Swanakuma has a hip fetish. Probably.
You never saw their face, so you can't have any idea who is under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusama.
There we go. Thank you. That was irritating. I was like, bro, if you don't get out of here
Mukuro
with
had
that...
a tattoo on her right hand, if I remember correctly. A representation of Fenrir. In other words, a wolf tattoo.
Thank you for telling me it was her right hand, because I couldn't remember if it was right or left. I was just...
But I saw the right hand of the person who attacked me.
And they had no tattoo.
And there was no such tattoo. So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her.
Yeah, Monokuma, sit your
But
ass
that
down.
still doesn't prove that it was me. It could have been, you know, someone else, right?
Yeah,
Hiro,
okay, cool.
Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Yeah! We were in the gym tearing you apart, so it couldn't have been any of us.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you.
Right, so who was it, Monokuma?
But what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her. Uh-oh, no snappy comeback. Did I score a bullseye?
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
Huh? Show me what?
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
She's gonna show her hands, isn't she? Before anyone could say anything. Yeah, she's showing her hands. Kyoko was removing her
Your
gloves.
hands!
Without thinking, I let out a gasp. It was more than just a little burned
Awful,
skin.
isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
Kyoko seemed to savor the words as she said them. Then she put her gloves back on.
My scars should suffice as proof.
Yup. So she didn't do it.
Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
Not at all.
No, not at all. I'm positive.
Then this much has been made clear.
Oof, Monokuma just got proved wrong. Thank you. Kirigiri Kyoko coming in
There
clutch.
can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
Honestly, everyone coming in clutch. Byakuya coming through saying we all have alibis, and then Kyoko being like, let me remove my gloves so I can show you my hands. Nope. It wasn't me.
This is just awful. On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours.
It's not like you're any prettier Monokuma. Get out of here.
Sorry, did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But I'm not cornered just yet. Because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about. I promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
Then somehow she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
Well, I mean, to be honest, we never actually saw Mukuro Ikusaba, did we? So, I mean, she could have been killed literally anywhere in the school and we wouldn't have known because we didn't see her.
After she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right?
Like, she could have been killed at the beginning of the killing game. She could have been killed like a day, like several days before we found her body. She could have been killed anytime, to be honest.
Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed. Just like your brain.
They put her in the bio lab. They put her in the bio lab to keep her body fresh and then laid out her body when it was ready. When it was time.
She was being stored somewhere?
But
Yep.
to hide a body here, to just store it somewhere?
There's only one place. I can't think of anywhere else. The bio lab, because it doubled as a morgue.
Mukuro's body was probably kept hidden in the bio lab.
Bio lab? You mean on the 5th floor?
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue. So it's the perfect place to hide a body, and it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
Oh, Makoto has proof. Okay, Makoto. There's something that made its way from the biolab to the garden, the tarp.
I got it! What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is...
Makoto, we working it out today. We all working it out. Hey! Give it up for chat, y'all. Give it up for chat. Give it up for chat. Craig and Yuki out here helping me with this case, I swear. We all doing this together. We solving this together.
The tarp that we found in the garden. When I was checking it over again, I noticed something.
We sitting here like, it was the tarp, and this was there, and that was there, and this and this and this. Chat lawyer hype.
I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Chat putting in the work. For real, we are all putting in some work.
Oh, it says biolab.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab. In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
And just think about it, we have to do the exact same thing next game.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
You made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
That's just a wild guess! Where's your
really?
evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved!
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, like, We putting in the work and you here to keep us on track as the master detective. Yup.
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous. Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, isn't it?
Okay, Kyoko, see, I'll tell him we put in work.
About unmasking the mastermind?
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't be overlooked.
An inconsistency in the biolab. Could you be talking about...
La la la, I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
I need to pull myself together and think. The inconsistency in the biolab. Could you be talking about...
By the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
What one thing?
What do you think I'm talking about? Your family.
What? What? The number of bodies.
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message. So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
Where did that even come from?
Why are you bringing that up now?
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family?
Well, I can say his little sister is fine. That I know for sure. I don't know about your mom and your dad, though, kid.
Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Yeah, I need to calm down. I can't let him get to me. He's just saying that because he knows we're getting close to the truth of the biolab. So if I want to shut him up, I need to expose the inconsistency and slam him with it. That doesn't sound right, Makoto. The inconsistency has to be that one area where the numbers just don't match up. Spoilers, foreshadowing.
Are you sure about this?
That's impossible!
Are you sure about this?
That's impossible!
What? What do you want? Are you sure about this?
That's impossible!
He has a lot of piled up things.
Are you sure about this?
Why am I like failing so hard at this, dude?
Are you sure about this?
That's impossible!
Are you sure about this?
That's impossible!
Bruh, I am legit just going so freaking bad at this.
What? What do you want?
But okay, I guess I didn't. Okay. You know what? That's okay. It's fine. He can go ahead and kill me. It's okay. I'm good because that was a disaster. Hold on. Yeah, I want to give it another shot. The fuck? What do you think this is? There are times when I hate this game. There are times when I like this mini game. It irritates me.
Are you sure about this?
That's impossible!
Why did I immediately get fucked up?
Are you sure about this?
That's impossible!
What? What do you want? Are you sure about this?
That's impossible!
Are you sure about this?
That's impossible!
They can make both, you know.
Are you sure about this?
That's impossible!
Are you sure about this?
That's impossible!
What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? Bro!
Thank you, Biolab secret. The Biolab lies, Go. What are you talking about? I hit it right at the exact moment. You are stupid, you freaking stupid ass game.
Are you sure about this?
You're stupid. You're stupid. You're stupid. You're stupid. Nope. Get it out of my face. Get it out of my face.
That's impossible.
Get out of here. Nope. Get out of here. Nope. Nope. I don't care. I will literally die again. I do not care. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. I literally hit it and somehow it did not count. Nope. Nope. You're not doing that to me. You're not doing that to me, game. You're not doing that to me, Monokuma. You're not doing that to me, Monokuma. I'm finishing this game today and I'm moving on to the second game and there's nothing you can do to stop me. I don't care about what you're trying to say right now, bro. Let's do this. You and me. And somehow I just always freaking like die at the first, like how does that even happen?
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this?
Yeah, exactly. Come on, Biolab lights, Biolab lights. Biolab lights. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Come on.
Prove it.
Yeah, we're not playing this game today, Monokuma. We're not doing this today. You might have gotten...
Talking about is the lights.
You might have gotten me 2 times, but you will not be getting me a 3rd time. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you again. Fool me 3 times, shame on me. But you're not getting me a 3rd time. 3rd time's the charm. I can't remember
talking about? What about the lights?
Let's go. Exactly. Exactly.
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue. And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on when Mukuro was in, and there were only 9.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
9 lights doesn't make sense. The number of lights that should be on is... Shouldn't it be like... Wait, no, hold on. It should be 10. It should be 10.
10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Because there's 16 of us. If there's only 9, that means something ain't right here. Thank you, Craig. Thank you. Woo.
That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
So, okay, we had Sayaka. Well, okay, no, actually. We had Junko. That's 1. Sayaka, that's 2. Chihiro, that's 3. Leon, oh wait, oops, I went in the wrong order, but Leon, that's 3. Chihiro, that's 4. Mondo, that's 5. Kiyotaka, that's 6. What is his name? The fat one, the really big one, Celeste, that's 8. Sakura, that's 9. And then, Makuro, that should be 10. There we go, Hifumi, because I could not remember his name, I'm sorry. Sayaka died first, so that's 1. Junko was 2nd, that's 2. Leon was 3rd, that's 3. Chihiro was 4th, that's 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But there are only 9 lights on. Because, I mean, technically, we should say 11, but Alter Ego doesn't actually have a body, so she doesn't count. But 10. So 10 people in all.
Any other number should make you immediately suspicious.
I just read that way too fast.
But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
So where's the 10th person?
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
I got it! The mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her. And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
Exactly.
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
But if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths. But there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
The reason there are less bodies than murders, the explanation for more murders than victims, why is that? What would it take for that to make sense? The same person was killed twice, only 9 murders took place.
Shoot!
Like, no. The mastermind, it's not that. The same person was killed twice. That's what I meant to say.
The same person was killed twice.
Huh? Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far. But one of the victims may have been murdered. And then murdered again.
Murdered again?
Crazy,
if that's
right?
the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right, I guess. But still, something like that
could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Giri saying that with confidence. Okay, girl.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on!
We're getting into the meat of this trial.
Who could that someone else even have been?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Hold on, I'm sorry. I have to look at the injuries. Look at where they are. Look at how many there are. Ooh, a collection of wounds covering her body. Yup.
Nothing's gonna become obvious.
I already know who it is.
Because Kyoko's totally delusional.
Yup, you and me both, girl. We both know. I know who it is. I know who it is already. They keep giving me the Monokuma file, but...
someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono?
No.
Junko Enoshima?
Her.
Leon Kuwata?
No! Get the freak out of here!
Fujisaki, Mando Owada? Kiyotaka Ishimaru?
Hifumi Celestial, or maybe...
No, there's no way anyone was murdered twice! Who is
Yeah, I know, but
else?
it's not her.
Sayaka? My Junko Enoshima?
No!
Mando,
Go away, back up.
or maybe...
No, there's no way anyone was murdered twice!
I know who it is. I'm just trying to go to that person.
Someone else.
Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima?
Get it.
Leon Kuwata? Chihiro Fujisaki? Mando Owada? Kiyotaka Ishimaru? Hifumi Yamada? Celestia Lu... whatever? Or maybe...
Celestia Lu,
Sakura Ogami? No. There's no way anyone was murdered.
Bye.
No, that's wrong.
Bye. Get out of here. See you later, Monokuma.
Junko.
Get out of here.
Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
What do you mean?
Junko got impaled multiple times
remember what
with
happened to her?
multiple spikes all throughout her body. Mukuro has wounds all over her body.
She was impaled by a bunch of spears all over her body.
And guess who has injuries
And Mukuro
all
died
over her
from
body?
a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered,
Similarities match?
Huh.
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
so let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears.
Yep.
Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again.
Yep.
Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
Yep.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
Yep.
It's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person?
Sorry about the mic interference
Wait,
there.
so then... What does it all mean?
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
I literally just
know the
told
answer to
you.
that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive. She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died. So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be. A little silence. Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
Mukuro? Alive? The one that's still alive is Mukuro, but can we really believe that? No, there's no way. There's no way Mukuro Ikusaba is still alive.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
For that to be true, then that couldn't have been her body we found in the garden. Is that really possible?
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
No, that's wrong.
Oh, okay, thanks. I was kind of low-key guessing low-key. So
No,
I'm kind of glad.
The body we found in the
that I
garden
was right.
was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of. The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
Mukuro is supposed to be bad. It's supposed to be surely dead when Junko is the one alive.
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds.
Her
vitals were 31, 21, 32.
21.
Everything in her profile
30.
is consistent with that corpse.
Wow.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
Well, okay. Here's how we put 2 and 2 together. So, if Mukuro was actually the one who was killed at the very beginning, like one of the first people who died, then that's not Junko. The person we thought was Junko is not Junko, which means she can only be one person, and that one person is Junko, because the person that Monokuma killed was not Junko, that was Mukuro. someone made it look like they died, but they're actually still alive. There's only one person it could be. Boy, where is she? It's her.
Here's my answer.
She ain't dead. Get her.
Junko
Get out
is
here.
still alive.
Get out here,
it's
girl.
It's the only
Get out
possibility.
here.
Are you sure about that?
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation. But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes.
And who's to say that that was actually Junko?
If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade. But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Okay, Byakuya, I'm going to explain this to you as slowly as I can, okay? The person that was killed by Monokuma was not Junko. That wasn't her. That was someone completely different. According to the file, and according to literally what we just discovered, her injuries and Mukuro's injuries are the same. So what do you think that means? That obviously means that the person who was killed was not Junko, but Mukuro. I don't know how many times we gotta sit here and explain this to them before they actually understand. It's not rocket science. Come on, man. Now that you mention it, I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. I touched her wrist to check for a pulse like they do in movies and stuff, but she really is dead. There wasn't anything else to say. She was gone. I did check, absolutely, and I can say for sure...
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
So, the idea that she's still alive...
It must be wrong.
Makoto, I will explain this to you as simply as I can. What
then you're
in the world
withdrawing
is
your
wrong
previous
with...
statement?
Chat, can someone tell me what is wrong with the characters in this game? Like, how did we suddenly become stupid?
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud. Too bad, too bad.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
I'm like, how did we go from basically proving that Junko, that the person that was killed by Monokuma at the beginning of the game was not Junko, to, oh, I guess she's dead, so it can't be her. It can't be. It has to be Junko who died. Didn't we literally just sit here and prove that the person who was killed was not Junko? What? Huh?
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
I hate how inconsistent we are. One second we're smart, the next second we're really stupid.
Of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
And it hurts me, like Makoto. Wait, have I only been streaming for an hour? Like an hour and like...
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way?
Oh, and just so you know, I am jumping straight into Danganronpa 2 after I finish this game. No hesitation.
Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
No. That's literally
Then
wrong.
both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Huh? The opposite direction?
I'm gonna miss it. Fuck.
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
How could Junko have survived? I checked her. She was dead. I'm sure of it. Oh yeah. Like, I can't wait to play as Hajime, my baby. I love him. Also, he's voiced by a voice actor I really like. So, Johnny Young Bosch, who also voiced the Black Power Ranger in Power Rangers, if you've ever seen that. And if you've ever seen Trigun, it's from like an older anime, 1999. He was the English voice actor for Vash the Stampede. And I think he's been in he's been in a lot of other games. Like, I think he was in Persona 4. He's the voice actor he's the English VA for the main character, and also for Adachi in that game. So now you know about Power Rangers. Yeah. I'm not like the biggest fan of Power Rangers, but I know about them. So, and I've seen some of the movies, like maybe 1 or 2 episodes of the TV show. So I'm like, could it be that Junko's not the one that died? It wasn't Junko, but someone else entirely? We should have come to this conclusion like 10 minutes ago. I don't understand why we just came to this conclusion. Wait, hold on. No. There's something it's like every stream I learn something new about you and I'm amazed more and more each time. Replica. When did this become Kingdom Hearts? Hold on. Like Replica Riku? Hello? Step out into the fray, please. Is it not Replica? Replaced. I'm an idiot. There's not even enough letters for Replica. What in the world is wrong with me today?
Now I understand.
Yeah, now I understand too, Makoto. Why did I say
That's
Replica?
it.
What
if she switched places with someone else?
Switch places?
That's right. Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place. Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Which we should have come to this conclusion like 10 minutes ago.
And that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Which we literally already proved.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
Yes.
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but that had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
We have literally just said that it was not Junko. Yasuhiro, please.
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that? Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
Definitely, that's what she did.
Good point. There's just no way they could have switched like that.
And also, a voice actor from this game makes a return in the second game, and I want to see if anyone could point out who it is.
So maybe the whole idea is wrong.
There has to be some way. I need to figure out how to explain they switched at the beginning.
I got it! The two of them may have switched places from the very beginning.
What? From the beginning?
Yes, from the moment we first met. If that's when they switched...
It better be Monokuma, but I know it won't be.
At the moment of death, right?
Oof.
After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
Hold on. So, you're saying the Junko we first met
was not Junko. Which we could have proven like...
Mukuro all along?
We literally could have proven this like a million years ago.
We'd already met her?
I had, like, a normal conversation with her.
Yeah.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was.
Yup.
So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko.
And no one would have ever suspected a thing.
And we never would have known the difference.
Exactly.
That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right? Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
She could have hidden it with foundation or something like that. If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished. Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body. They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
Exactly.
But if she really did use foundation...
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro. So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto. But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure, making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
Yup.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
Come on, Monokuma, say something.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity? As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect her identity? When did I do that?
So he still refuses to admit it. But he can try to deceive us all he wants. It doesn't matter, because I've already figured it out. He tried to hide Junko's identity, and not just once, but twice. The first time was during our latest investigation. I don't know. This place is... Oh, sorry. I actually have no idea what this is. You're trying to hurt you because I didn't hear it not just once, but twice. The first time was during our latest investigation. Well, no, this isn't. No. The injuries? I'll try it. Oh no, that didn't work. The first time was during our latest investigation. He tried to hide her identity. How? Wait. Huh? The ultimate despair. No. Hidden present. Headmaster's note. Headmaster's locker notebook. No. Locker pocketbook. Biolab secret. Biolab lights. Group photo. Just like Jack Mary's. Kyoko's account. Mukuro's fatal injury. Yeah. The control room. No, I already tried the control room. The control room was the first thing I tried because I thought he was going to mention the fact that I thought he was going to mention the hatch that she hid in Wait. I'm so confused on what it is, though. Is it the Monokuma file? I mean, I have like 5 minutes to figure this out, so... I could literally sit here for like 5 minutes. I'm so confused. I have no idea what it is. Junko reminds me of Anne from Persona 5. Loki, now that you think about it? Yeah, I can see that. Oh my god, 17 is having a comeback. Sorry, I'm into K-pop. Yeah. Sorry. Let me see here. Because this is about to annoy the hell out of me. Hold on. I have 4 minutes to sit here and try and figure out what the hell is going on. Mukuro's profile? I will try that. And that didn't work either.
Shoot!
And you're into K-pop? Wow. Yeah. The biolab?
I got it! While I was in the AV room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster.
It's pretty cool that you're into K-pop. Thanks. I like pretty much, I mean, I like a lot of, like, of course, you know, I have my English bands that I like and stuff. Like, one of my favorite all-time bands that I have been loving for years now is Gorillaz. Their music, bro, it kills me. It's so good. Have you heard Everglow? Yes, I have. I heard their debut song, and then I heard their comeback too. And for some reason, I kind of prefer their debut song slightly. I mean, I do still like Adios. Like, Adios was a really good comeback, but I do kind of prefer their debut song over it. Which, of course, meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened? Oh! I completely forgot that he shut off the DVD thing. I completely forgot that he shut off the DVD thing before we could figure out what just happened. And before we could go any further. I completely forgot he did that.
You made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up!
How could I?
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
Yeah. That whole power outage thing was just a fluke!
No, it wasn't a fluke. The mastermind definitely orchestrated that power outage. And that's not the only time they tried to hide Junko's identity. The mastermind tried to cover up one other piece of evidence. I gotta reveal that. One other piece of evidence. The moment of truth. Again.
What do you want? What do you want? Are you sure about this? You're getting all riled up! That's impossible!
Yep, final strike.
That's
Photo.
impossible!
The group photo.
This should prove it.
Boom, baby. He tried. He tried to play me.
The video wasn't the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo.
Oh.
I noticed it just a little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we'd gotten. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
Junko is covered in every single photo. You cannot see her face in any of these photos.
What's so unusual about them?
The unusual circumstance, common. You can't see her face. You never can. Her back is always turned or covered by somebody. Junko's
I got it! Junko's face. The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face. It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think? And on top of that, in this photo you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet. With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko. Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Xanadu!
I believe everything Makoto said is true.
Exactly.
Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
Exactly.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game. She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair.
Xanadu times 2!
With this, the identity and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
No, wait! Hold on!
Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run. I'll prove everything. Right now.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay, so this was this. Where did the mastermind keep Makuro's body? In the bio lab, right? Where is that one? Bio lab. Where are you? That's a very broken picture. The mastermind attacked me with something. What was it? A combat knife. So this. When the mask Mastermind attacked me. Who was it that stopped him? Kyoko. And after their surprise attack failed, the Mastermind fled my room. What did the Mastermind do with the mask after they took it off? What was the condition of the dead body when I first found it in the garden? We couldn't identify the mysterious body because it got blown up. Okay, let's reenact.
The killer is you!
Let's reenact. Okay, y'all ready?
We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko Enoshima.
She turns out to be the mastermind. I'm dead.
But that wasn't the real Junko. The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place.
Alright. See you later, Yuki.
And that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusaba.
Thanks for joining the stream.
But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind, Junko Enoshima. Her body was kept in a biolab, which had been converted into a morgue until Junko decided to put her body to use. Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden. She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who proved to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school. So she put on a mask and then attacked me. After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room. Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place. Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence. She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning. This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder. And the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma. The real Junko Enoshima! That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
Exactly. Come on, Monokuma, open your mouth. Speak.
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Over? Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case? Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!
Junko Inoshima. Welcome to the party. Finally.
We have been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear.
Yeah, just so you know, Junko is low-key kind of insane.
If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward you with half of the entire world! We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you honor, status, and some of our home cooking. Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
No.
Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you. It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play.
This is the mastermind? She's the real Junko Inoshima?
Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free. Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day. It was like I was stuck in purgatory. Or like a slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know?
Okay, I'll be right back.
Face!
Huh? What about my face? What's wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
I feel like this isn't the first time I've seen you.
I tried to see her somewhere, 14 somewhere. It was definitely before I got to the school.
I got it!
Yeah.
That's right! It was before I ever came to this school. I remember seeing a magazine cover. You were on it!
Wow, you have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
So I was right. Then what you told me in the main hall when this all began...
I'm back. I've seen her on tons of magazine covers, but I feel like that doesn't quite match up to reality. Huh? Oh, were you talking about my cover photos and junk? Well, of course. Those are totally photoshopped. Photoshopped? Yeah, you know, edited to hell and back with, like, computers and junk. Trying not to sound too excited. Oh, so they aren't real.
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things moving along. Wouldn't you agree?
I know, she just sounds so bored. She's just like, yeah, whatever.
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same. Because she was a different person all along.
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro. She tried her best. But there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista. Two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist.
I mean, alright.
Not even if they're twins.
I mean, just a little more enthusiasm, Junko. They said to her voice actor, so is that just the voice you're gonna have, like, for the whole thing? And she's like, yeah.
Twins!
I know, it's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed to admit it. So basically, Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship.
I don't remember stereotypical twin relationships ending with one twin killing the other one. Hello? He's meant to be the one who planned this. Fun fact, Junko is Rias. Are you serious? They're the same voice actor?
Tough and proud. That was Mukuro. Younger sister, smart and cute. That was...
I'm screaming.
Me! Junko fucking Enoshima!
Okay, I can see it more now. Hold on. That's crazy. She went from absolutely having no emotion in her voice to being like, ha, yeah, bitches, it's me.
And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the Ultimate Despair!
Whoa! She's a totally different person now!
Alright, you can calm down, Junko. It's okay. You okay? Someone needs to talk to
Like I said, I get bored easy as hell! I even get fucking bored with myself!
Oh my god, I can't stand her.
But if you're twins, why do you have different last names? Oh, that again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit? Maybe it's new to your dumb ass, but it bores me to tears. Answering the same questions over and over?
But like, you answer the question.
Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit. The truth's fucking lame anyway.
But if she was your twin, that means you killed your own sister?
Yup. Twin bonding. Yay.
And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if!
Well, I suppose I'd better explain. For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes. The so-called mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that. But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible for Mukuro to perform such duties.
Okay, so, like I said before, Junko is low-key, kind of, just a little off her rocker, just a little.
Because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family. Leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such a disappointment.
I mean, don't twins always do this?
So, I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your school life.
Have you ever met twins that have tried to kill each other in the past? And might have succeeded? I mean, that's like normal twin... That's totally what twins do to each other. That's sibling rivalry. That's just what that is.
I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way. Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with. Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the three atrocities. Atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive. It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society.
Okay.
Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste.
So you just basically killed your sister because she wasn't being the fashionista you wanted her to be? Is that what you're saying?
And that's why you switched identities?
Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause. She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra, unworthy of lines. Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get killed off right away.
That's some sibling love right there, calling your sister a useless piece of garbage who shouldn't have even gotten any time to speak.
Which is precisely why I killed her, to meet everyone's expectations.
Wow, I feel the love right now.
That can't be your only reason, can it?
I feel the love.
No, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
Can we be real for a second? All this set up by a teen? Yeah, like something in I'm like, Junko, are you sure you're the ultimate fashionista and like not like the ultimate brainiac or something? Like this plan seems like somebody. Honestly,
I've never been a stickler for following a plan to the letter, you know?
I'm like, I have. I'm like,
If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring. So, I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
In other words, Mukuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal.
Oops.
Just as I suspected. When Mukuro was killed, she must have been as surprised as anybody else.
Yeah. Judging by the face she was making when she died, I think she didn't know she was gonna die. What? Huh? This wasn't supposed to. Why me?
So, you figured it out?
Yeah, when she said this wasn't supposed to, I think she was about to say this wasn't supposed to happen. Because she thought that she wasn't gonna die.
Well, you're right! There's no way Mukuro could have pulled off such a convincing performance.
Yeah, Junko, I'm impressed with her VA because she can switch so consistently from this like really cutesy voice to this really bored and depressing voice to this really smart and like important voice, you know?
But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
To being like super crazy and being like, I'm fucking Junko Inashima, you know? Like that's crazy. Like I don't like her character, but her VA did some work. Her VA put in some work.
How can you talk like that? You sacrificed your own sister. How does that not even bother you?
What? I sacrificed her? That's what's got you so hot under the collar? Jeez, misunderstandings sure are scary.
She literally sounds like a 5-year-old right now. What is going on today?
We were the ultimate despair, you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectations. Nope, I felt despair as long as I can remember. Like I never should have been born at all.
Oh,
When
okay.
I was born, I cried tears of total despair.
Oh, okay.
So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill.
Oh.
We're just those kinds of people. We can do anything. We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret. So you just murdered your own sister and didn't think anything of it?
Yep, pretty much.
That's not true at all. We were twins. How could I not be sad? That's why it gets me so excited.
Honey, I know we're not about to have another character who gets off of, like, being miserable.
Killing my precious sister with my own 2 hands. That act is filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it. It's like super, 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 super despair. No, more than that. Super, 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 super despair. It just feels so good.
I wonder if her VA like ever had any questions about what she was like, why do I have to say super so many times?
What the hell is wrong with you?
And my sister too. In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that despair. After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as an example to someone else, she must have died feeling such excruciating hopelessness. I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary person. You're some kind of abnormality.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts!
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak, right? So, I'm hopelessly attractive, hopelessly brilliant, hopelessly athletic. I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
No, I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you've just said.
Girl, we're calling you crazy.
Yeah, Master's way more perfect. Because on top of everything else, he's got that noble blood. Don't you mean
Alright, goodbye.
that noble blood?
What did you just say? What do you mean by that?
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you guys are so slow! You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away!
Are you talking about our memories?
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer! So how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories. Then you can start gloating.
Damn straight! That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to solve all these mysteries.
Oh, McCullough has some resolve. He's heading to
Then we'll have our victory!
I can't wait!
Alright, then let's just get straight to the point. What memories did you steal from us?
When the group pictures were taken, and those interviews, it must mean... I got it! It must have something to do with our entrance exams.
No fair! At least give us a hint!
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before. All the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall?
I got it! You're talking about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other, right?
So you do remember after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something so important. It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners. So
She's
then,
not okay.
let me ask you another question. Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it?
Theme?
Yep, you got it. So that's my question to you all. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I
Just love how
presented?
dead inside she sounds. She's like, yep, so what did I do?
gun! The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Remember those DVDs I gave you guys? Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships. For example, your family. For example, your friends. I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results. It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill. But still, what a cruel thing to do.
You're the one that did it!
Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval.
Okay! Time for the next question! So, what was the theme for the second motive?
Bro, I swear. For the second murder, the motive's theme was... That's when we got those weird envelopes on Kuma. Mine mentioned how I used to wet the bed. Oh, baby.
I got it! It was our past, right?
Poor
Yay!
baby.
Makoto got it right again! That
Used to
time,
wet
the
the
theme
bed.
was...
Oh.
Embarrassing memories and secrets! Yeah! And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret.
So, how long do you plan on dragging this out?
Relax, relax. Okay, on to the next question. So, what was the motive for the third murder?
This was sitting on top of the washer. Is it dirty or clean?
That stuff is clean.
It's clean.
Yeah.
What about the basket?
That stuff is clean.
In the basket?
Yeah, I took that out of the dryer. Remember, I went upstairs.
I got it! It was money, wasn't it? Greed.
Seek and destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again! Goddamn straight it was money! Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain. Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction.
What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case by case?
Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Just one more to go. Now, can you tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death?
So it wasn't that Sakura decided to kill herself. It had to do with Monokuma exposing Sakura's secret.
I got it!
Betrayal.
In her case, it was betrayal.
Precisely. You see,
No, she's
once
dead
I
again.
revealed
It's all
Sakura's
about the money.
betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards. Anyway, it looks like you answered all of my questions correctly. How painfully delightful.
But what's the point? What meaning is there in asking those questions now?
Relationships? Secrets? Money? Betrayal? These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road.
But of course, those aren't the only in this world. In fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth. They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world. This is what we refer to as the seed of despair.
Seed of despair?
Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs nourishment. And that nourishment is hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope. Two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
How much longer is this stupid speech of yours? Weren't we discussing our missing memories? Why are you trying to change the subject?
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories. What I'm trying to say is, the seed of despair is closely tied to your own memories.
How so?
You see, by taking away your memories, I gave you hope. Of course, that hope merely existed to be consumed by despair.
How could taking away someone's memories give them hope?
And plus, you haven't given us any hope anyway!
She could have
Is
gotten
that
away with it
so?
too if it was.
All you've been able to think
Kids,
about
I'm
during your
frickin'
time here is how to
screaming.
escape, right? The mere fact that that's
Ow.
what you want proves I gave you hope.
What are you talking about?
If none of you wanted to escape this school, the killings never would have taken place. That is why we took your memories, so that you would have the desire to leave.
The only reason we want to leave is because you took our memories. Is that what you're saying?
Correctamundo!
Which means if we did have our memories, then we wouldn't want to leave. Do I understand that right?
What? Why the hell would having our memories make us not want to leave?
A most troubling thought, isn't it? But it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair. I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow. So, just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you, let me give you a hint.
Huh? Really? Then hurry up and tell us.
Okie dokie. Like they say, seeing is believing. I'd like for you to see the outside world.
Oh, shoot.
You mean the world beyond the school walls?
So something really did happen out there.
Now are you interested in what I have to say? You wanna see what's out there? Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! I wanna see too. See your faces sink into despair. Now then, open sesame! Behold, the world beyond the school walls! This is the outside world you've all been so anxious to claw your way back into.
Dangerous. The world has grown so very dangerous. That's what this means.
What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense!
What am I looking at?
This is a scene from a movie or something, right?
What you just saw, all of you should recognize it. That world is locked away within the memories that were taken from you. If you can't remember, please just try. Do your best to try and recall.
Better kick your brain in the ass, because it's up to that gray lump whether you live or die. I don't remember ain't a fucking excuse no more, because now it's time for the final class trial!
Okay, final class trial. So she gave them hope only to turn into despair. Wow, that episode will look super fun. Momonokuma is so happy times.
Come on, bitches! Remember or die! What the fuck happened outside?
Okay.
You want us to remember or whatever when it comes to that crazy confusing video you showed us? I don't understand a damn thing!
So basically
What's
the world
meaning
is
of the footage
messed
we
up.
saw? Is this another one of your practical jokes?
I mean, you're telling us to remember, but what am I supposed to be remembering? Nobody can remember anything.
Nope. Because someone can. Genocide Jack, you better call her out, girl. Call her out, girl.
Actually, she might
turn it into despair.
Who might remember?
The
It's
other
like a whole
Genocide Jack. The two of them share certain kinds of knowledge, but their memories aren't linked, right?
I see. If their memories are separate, then even if one personality's forgotten, there's a chance the other may still have those memories.
What do you say, Toko?
Are you telling me to swap places with her? No! Absolutely not! That'd be like forfeiting my entire identity!
Toko, you're the only one we can rely on.
Dun, 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 dun! It's me, your friendly neighborhood serial killer! Boy, she just gave in like it was
She
nothing.
sneezed on command.
I'm going
said,
to ask
Toko,
you a question, and I want to have it answered
we're counting on you. She said, achoo!
Do you know anything about this video?
Huh? What video?
The video that's playing right now.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm the mastermind.
Oh, nice to meet you!
Nice to meet you too.
That's enough! Just look at the stupid screen!
Aye aye, Roger, you got
Honestly.
it, Captain!
That's Toko's superpower. She can sneeze on command.
Well, does it look familiar?
I don't have all the details, but... Of course it does!
Then you remember all the stuff it's showing?
Of course I do!
So you didn't lose your memory after all.
Then why didn't you say something earlier? I only answer questions when someone bothers to ask me. I'm the quiet type, you know? Oh my god, she's the worst liar in the world.
More importantly, if you really do remember, what is it?
Huh? What's the matter, Master? Do you really not remember the tragedy?
A tragedy?
Oh no! You seriously forgot? Maybe I can help you remember with a kiss.
Just answer the question. What happened out there?
Well, I can't really say if it happened or if it's still happening. But it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Why is that phrase coming up now?
Because it's all because of that event. What is? Are you serious? I'm talking about the way the world is now.
Is... now?
The world's been destroyed, get it?
Destroyed?
Explain yourself. Tell us everything you know.
Copy that, darling. Okay, so this big, awful, tragic event, they started just calling it the tragedy, happened about a year ago. It was so big and so bad that even this murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it. I guess you could say what happened was man-made. But it was more on the level of a worldwide natural disaster. Either way, there's no doubt that it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. And as a result, in basically no time flat, the world turned out the way it did, and that's that.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it?
interesting.
Come on! There wasn't a single concrete description in there!
Well, it just so happens I don't know any of the specifics. Miss Moreau saw it all play out in real time, so why don't you ask her?
We already did, and she didn't know anything. That's why we're asking you.
I couldn't live up to Master's expectations!
Okay, that's enough of your little lover's quarrel. Whatever happened, it doesn't matter at this exact point in time, right? The end justifies the means. Everything serves the outcome. In other words, the world has ended. That's the important thing.
How can the world just end? It's the world!
Calm down. It's okay. There's no need to panic. Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyway, so the world ending isn't that big a deal.
Oh, come on. Now you're just being ridiculous.
Well, as long as we're being ridiculous, I have another ridiculous story to tell you. It's the story of the Togami Corporation, which has given Byakuya's life all its meaning.
Oh, the Togami.
What? What did you say?
I'm glad to see you took the bait. You bit into it like a middle-aged secretary at an all-you-can-eat cake buffet.
Hey! So, what do you think happened to the Togami family?
The Togami family fell?
Well done,
There was no other option.
I didn't say anything yet.
I just got so fucking bored waiting, I couldn't help it! Even if you're wrong, eventually you'll figure it out, right? Till then, you're just going in circles.
So Thanos came and done turned stuff into Monokuma. Exactly. Thanos snapped his finger.
But do you think it might be a disease?
I mean,
Getting bored so easy, I mean.
If these high schoolers...
Anyway, like I was saying, Byakuya's entire lineage has been totally annihilated.
If this teenager right here can come up with this whole elaborate plan to like trap all these children in this high school, what's to say that they can't figure out a way to time travel and just get the Infinity Stones and reset time? Oh wait, well...
What? What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, Byaku, your line is
I
gone,
can
bro.
confirm that his entire family has died. Even the distant relatives. The Togami name has perished.
Ooh.
Stop with these idiotic jokes!
Togami. Basically, she's telling you you're nothing, bro.
Stop! And said with such authority. A peasant would dare challenge us? The avatar of divine punishment? You must learn your place, peasant. You are no longer the ultimate affluent progeny.
They couldn't possibly be gone. The Togami family is destined to guide the world.
Hell, there is no world anymore, remember? It got fucked a full year ago.
Ooh.
Hold on. That doesn't make any sense.
Huh? I don't make sense.
There's no way that happened a year ago. I mean, we only came to this school a few weeks ago.
Are you sure, Makoto?
If some kind of world-ending event happened a year ago, then how do you explain the totally normal world we were living in up till then?
Have you considered the possibility that you're mistaken about that?
And like Makoto, you really actually don't know when you arrived at the school. You don't know how long the gap is.
Well, if I'm understanding you right, it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here.
The tragedy... I think the tragedy happened while they were here.
Yeah! I mean, like he said, we just got here a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago? Ooh, I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually happened more
it might be
recently,
longer than
right?
weeks, exactly.
Huh? 2 years ago? Well, I mean, you guys all started attending Hope's Peak Academy 2 years ago.
Wait, what? 2 years ago? What does that...
What the hell is this chick trying to say?
I understand why you'd have trouble accepting it, but in the end, you can't deny the truth. And the truth is, everything is cause and effect. Deny that, and you may as well give yourself up to God.
So, you must surely understand all the hints I've given you so far, right? What are the memories I took from you?
And now, answer us! Answer with all your heart and soul!
How are we supposed to answer?
I just don't know what's going on anymore.
Byakuya is still freaking out because his family's gone. Still, you have to answer somehow. If we don't, everything ends right here. The memories that were stolen from us. If what Junko says is true, if we first came here 2 years ago, but the rest of us only remember getting here within the last few weeks or so the memories she took from us are life at Hope Peak Academy.
If we accept that what you say is true, then we've all lost our memories of the last 2 years after coming to this school.
Nope. Nope. No. Nope. No. I mean, no matter what anyone says,
Another correct answer. Well done, peasant.
Seriously? This routine again?
We've lost 2 years worth of memories?
That's right. You've already spent 2 full years here at Hope's Peak Academy. And that entire period of time is precisely what you've forgotten.
I don't remember the last 2 years of my life? That's not possible!
Oh shoot, you're supposed to be doing something. 2 years down the drain. Exactly. 2 years of memories just gone.
I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years?
Hold on, oops. Give me 1 second. Okay, yep. Cool, alright.
Hell no! That's impossible!
No,
I mean,
it's not.
I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
Did I have the wrong thing up?
Shoot!
What do I have up?
2 years worth of
Bro,
memories.
I said locker
never lose
notebook.
something
What
like that.
kind of nonsense are you on?
I've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
No, that's wrong. Hero, there's something I'd like you to take a look at. This notebook right here.
Huh? Hey, why's my name written on it?
I found it in the locker room on the 2nd floor. If you don't mind, could you take a look inside?
Sure, whatever you want. But I've never seen this notebook before in my life.
Wizza, is something wrong?
It's kinda similar. No, even more than that. This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt! But how is this... I don't writing in this thing? No! No way!
It looks like you actually did attend class here at Hope's Peak. But somehow, you forgot all about it.
Lies! It's all one big lie!
I don't want to believe it either. But there's also no explanation for this pocketbook.
And whose pocketbook is that?
It's mine. And the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it. But just like Hiro, I have no memory of ever writing in it.
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories?
After After seeing all the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
Isn't it just so desperately dark? The mystery's solved, but it's like a goddamn funeral in here! Shit, man! I've never been to a funeral! Hell yes!
2 years of school life. How many moments of blossoming youth have you missed out on? How many fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right? And on top of that, something tragically sad happened 1 year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Right before everyone's eyes, the world came crashing down. You absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all. And once you'd forgotten, you made the choice to subject yourselves to this killing game. Oh, and there's one other thing. To be even more precise, the memories you all lost were...
Actually, never mind. I'm bored. Explaining stuff is boring.
Oh,
What?
Okay. Bye, Junko. Alright.
We are bored of this world. Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do. But then they always fizzle out. This world is just so desperately fucking boring!
What are you talking about?
In a way, I'm jealous of all of you. To give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair.
So figure out the rest for yourselves! I'm sick of expositioning all this shit!
Figure out what?
Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart of all of this.
Oh, shit. Oh, we must have lost our memories. Oh, when he fainted.
I got it!
He passed out.
My memories. I can't think of any time other than that day.
So pretty much, he lost his memories, had a whole 2 years in this entire
First
school,
came to the gates of this
woke
school
up,
and stepped foot in
and
the
thought
main
that
hall.
he hadn't, that he just like passed
When I
out for a
passed
couple
out,
seconds.
I was overcome with a strange sensation.
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh? So I don't know much about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right? And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that? I guess it must have been something like that.
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on a desk. I assumed not much time had passed since I'd collapsed in the main hall.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by.
The reason it felt so short was because our memories of the time in between had been completely removed.
You got it, honey! 2 years of memories? Poof! Gone! Which means, of course...
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually for the first time. Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other,
But by that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school. That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
Yep, that's what they reveal. You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together, and then you started killing each other. And it was all so you could escape into a world that's already been annihilated.
She has like
What a
so many
terribly
different
tragic
personas.
tale. Even
It's
if you
like-
left now, there's nothing you could do to fix
It's like
it.
she's like
You're the
multiple
one who set
people
things up to
combined
be
into
like
one
this.
person.
I love you all so much.
What?
Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly. It's only
Ooh, she
natural
loves
that
it.
I would fall in love.
So, since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it! All about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair! Our plan to bring despair to all mankind! Let's go back in time 2 years, okay? Back to when everyone first came to this school. School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness. Oh boy, it was just the worst! Everyone was enjoying themselves so much! You were all having the time of your lives!
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year.
So, hold on. Before we continue this a little bit further, Craig, are you getting everything that's happening, or do you need like a little explanation? You got any questions or anything? Because I'd be happy to answer them.
Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity.
And for anybody else who's watching the stream,
the biggest, most awful,
so far
most tragic event in human history.
If you do like have any questions, or anybody in stream has any questions or anything, just feel free to ask.
Came to a bloody end.
But thanks for asking. No problem. I just want to make sure everyone's like on the same page.
And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students.
What are you?
What do you mean?
The most tragic event in human history, and the ultimate despair that caused it. I can't believe it's all because of just you and Mukuro. Was it some kind of organization? An angry mob? An incredibly motivated family?
You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing. Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like a natural phenomenon. Everyone is capable of it. And now the entire world has fallen into despair.
In other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself.
I just don't understand why.
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand.
Okay, so let's get back to the story. Hope's Peak had taken so much damage. You guys were the only survivors. The members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left.
That's why the dorms, the second floor of the dorms looks like such a disaster zone.
And then, something super neat happened! Now pay attention, because this is important, and I'm only gonna say it once! So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter! That's right! It was transformed into a shelter! I said it twice!
Now, someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison. Do any of you know who that might have been?
The headmaster. The one who turned Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolated us here.
It could only have been the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try and protect us.
But he died.
To protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside. That's why he asked us to make that promise. To say that we were willing to live in this school forever.
And that's why we all agreed. So the school was turned into a shelter to protect the people from outside, yeah. And I assume that's why we all agreed, because we knew that outside was dangerous.
We believe he had something like that in mind, yes. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith in you.
So how did the headmaster die? Monokuma killed him. Well, Monokuma / Junko killed him. in the very beginning of the game, the opening cutscene is of an execution, basically, and that execution was of the headmaster.
And because we had that same hope, that's why we all agreed to live here forever.
But creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake. It's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea. He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school.
Yeah, he's the,
So what was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe?
that room we found earlier, the one that I showed you with the secret room in the back that had like the present on the table, his bones are in that.
Became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair.
So he's like gone.
I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, all the exits. Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
You mean we trapped ourselves in here?
And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped in here.
Once you'd finished building your little shelter, it was time for me and Mukuro to get to work. And thus began the killing game.
Me and Mukuro had come here, spending the last 2 years waiting for that moment.
That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax of our global despair plan.
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be a part of it.
You let us live so we could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying?
Why? Why would you do that?
Because this was so much more than a simple high school deathmatch. Rather, it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
What are you saying?
Well, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there. A few souls unwilling to give up hope. So I thought I should show them, which is why
Well, why don't you tell me?
What the mastermind did to show. Oh, so that's why they hijacked the antenna and broadcast the whole thing to the world. Hijack.
Now I understand.
I mean, it just gave me like all the letters except for like 2.
You're talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
Uh-huh. That's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murders taking place at this school, which was meant to be a symbol of hope.
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair. When I said climax, that was what I was talking about. The world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other one after another. Despair is as contagious as any disease. Any hope left turns to despair.
Isn't the power of television just amazing?
I really hope that with the second game, I don't know, there's like a lot, I don't know. I feel like there's like a lot more characters that I like.
By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you.
Are you serious?
But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them.
Oh.
Expelled them?
She killed them.
I have to thank you all. They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world. But in the end, I was able to give them the final despair. Death.
So you just used us? To bring despair to everyone in the outside world?
Yeah.
Well, sure, but I also gave you a second
Sub-Zero
chance at
was
life,
like-
right? So it's like, give and take.
Idiot. Oh my god.
Give and take? You're so full of shit!
Makoto!
And there's a reason I chose you guys to survive when all the other students were dropping like flies.
I like how he had to take a little pause before he said it. Because there was like a part of his brain that was like, that's a bad word. We can't say bad
I
words.
mean, we built up 2 years of memories together.
He said, you're so full
You
of
were all my treasured classmates. Sorry, that's a lie. I just figured you'd despair even more when you found out a friend had betrayed you.
And that's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, does it make you feel utterly lost and hopeless? You solved the mystery, but despair at the truth, right?
Don't tell me. Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
And if we did, then what?
It's such nice that it's uncomfortable for him. Yeah, he was like, he sounded so uncomfortable. He was like, you're so full of... Ah!
Our final desire for creating this world of despair was so we could experience one last class trial.
Like, he wanted to say something that would just like hit her, but he didn't want to say a bad word.
You were bold enough to solve the mystery, only to discover that the truth was utterly hopeless. How would you react? What would you do?
See? Discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense of hope.
But remember what Kyoko told us before this trial started. Well, not
Truth
before
can be
this
full of
trial
despair
started.
too.
Well,
Like
actually,
right
yeah.
fucking now.
Truth, full of despair. That's
Not to mention, all those motives I talked about were totally meaningless. I mean, with the world having ended and all.
Meaningless? Then we've been murdering each other? For nothing?
pretty much
And
it.
think about it. You chose to lock yourselves up here, then started murdering each other to get out.
We weren't just random strangers either. We were classmates. We'd spent 2 years together.
2 years. Byakuya is still freaking out because his family's gone.
No, even I can't laugh at that.
We get it. We get it, okay?
Honestly, anytime someone cusses, Junko, don't cuss.
You're totally
Someone cover
awesome,
his
right?
ears.
We get it already. So help us! I'll do anything! Just help me!
A peasant begging for his life? Oh, how delightful! We've never witnessed such a travesty firsthand.
But I'm sorry to say, begging doesn't work on me. All I want is despair, and there's no reason for it. And since there's no reason, there's no argument against it. There's just no understanding it. No argument, no understanding. What better definition of ultimate despair could there be?
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but there's no real reason for us to believe anything you have to say.
Huh?
You say the world's fallen apart, but I haven't seen it for myself. So I don't acknowledge it. I don't accept it as the truth.
Until you see it with your own eyes. Truth and falsehood overlap one another. In other words, you're not unlike Schrodinger's cat right now. Is that what you're saying? If so, what then?
Are you saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and see for yourself? Well, you better not. You go out into that world and you're all goners for sure. Trust me, I'm not lying about any of this.
Well, even if it's all true, I refuse to give in. I refuse to lose to you. For the sake of everyone you've killed.
Have you ever noticed Makoto's hands are like really tiny?
Huh? Everyone I've killed?
Like he has tiny.
What are you talking about? You're the ones who killed them!
I didn't kill anyone. I simply gave you a little nudge in the right direction.
And that's all it took for you to start killing each other. Thirsty animals.
That's why anyone was murdered here, peasant.
Say what you want about hope, but we're all creatures of instinct, right? Despair comes naturally.
You know that you mentioned it, yeah. His hands are
Oh,
pretty small.
yes!
They
It's
are.
funny as shit!
Like even Junko's hands are bigger than his, and usually girls' hands are smaller than boys.
No! This isn't just some game to us.
Like he has such like a tiny
It's
little
murder!
fist.
Plain and simple. You stole our memories, invented reasons for us to do it. You pushed us all into a corner. It's all your fault.
Oh, Makoto's
You
getting
certainly
angry.
have a talent for passing the buck, don't you? That must be your hope, huh? But we don't have much time left to keep up this banter. We have to draw things to a close soon.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. You didn't forget about that little rule, did ya? Oh, and also, since this will be the last vote, I decided to change the rules.
Oh,
What?
okay, cool.
You guys so full of hope, and me so full of despair. I've decided to have you vote which one will be punished. If even one of you votes to punish Hope, well then, I'll consider that a win for me, and punish everyone on the side of
How
Hope.
is that?
Even if it's just one person?
Oh, but don't worry, I won't be voting, of course.
Even if you don't, you've still got the upper hand in all this!
It's okay. Nobody would actually vote to kill themselves, right?
Oh, let me just mention one more thing. When I win, to punish you guys, you'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing. That's your punishment.
What?
You mean, we just...
We'd have to just live here?
She's saying she'll let us live.
If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and punish me. And make your way to the outside world.
Of course, she'd make
Enter a
you
world
invented
fallen from
something like
grace,
that.
where only despair exists, where you'd likely be dead within a day.
What are you saying? So no matter what, we're doomed.
Wait a sec! I just got hit with an inspiration bomb! Dying of old age is boring as shit, right? The audience at home isn't gonna dig that at all!
Yeah,
So,
pretty
here's
much.
what'll happen. One of you will get to experience an instant, super impressive punishment!
What? You can't just...
Do you mean to say you'll execute one of us?
And I get to decide who's gonna have to suck it down! Makoto, you're up!
Me?
Whoa.
You've been acting up, causing all kinds of trouble. I hate you!
So let me make this clear. Everyone has two choices in front of them. If a single person votes for Hope to be punished, then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment, and the rest of you will live
Why
here in
is it
peace.
always me?
On the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horribly outside world.
Like, why is it
What I'm
always me, though?
saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest of you will get to live out your lives.
They don't give a flying flip about me. They do not care about me. But that's...
What? Has your resolve softened? Have you lost confidence? Are you afraid of being punished? Don't you have faith in your friends?
No.
No, that's not it.
I don't have faith in my friends.
It's okay. You're right to be afraid. It would seem all of those around you have realized the futility of going against me.
And that's why I don't have faith. Because look at them. Yeah, look at all y'all. Come on.
Guys,
Guys.
so beautiful. Your lovely faces, eroded by despair, have come together as one.
Besides, Yoko, you could never betray your father, could you?
What?
I mean, the headmaster's only wish was that all of you would survive, right?
Can you stop talking?
That's
Like
why
you're
he tried
annoying
to
the crap
trap you all
out of me.
here after all. The least you can do is try to honor your dead father's wishes.
Kyoko!
Kyoko, I know you're
One
not.
person's despair is enough to seal your fate. Isn't that just the most hopeless outcome ever?
So, who do you think's gonna give in? Whose
Well,
despair is
everyone
gonna sign
except for
your
Makoto
death
now.
warrant?
Because
No one.
everyone...
Nobody's gonna give in to despair! We're not gonna lose to you!
So boring. Stubborn till the very end, huh? Well, that's fine. Then let's just hurry up and get it over with. It's time for the final vote. Everything will come to an end. Your stupid hope. And your stupid life!
Final vote. This is it. The ultimate confrontation. I have to show everyone. I have to make them remember. I have to convince them not to give up. To live in despair, that's not really living at all. Make your argument.
We won't give up!
Oh, hold on. Yep, that's Makoto saying power of friendship will always prevail. Exactly. Gotta make sure that the power of friendship
As long as
survives.
there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to
sorry.
die,
I don't
that
like
would be
you.
the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
Good fucking good die.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab. If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
Meh.
All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting. So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
You are in despair. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna be consumed by despair. You claim there's no hope left in the world, but if despair is contagious like you say, then so is hope. I'll use my own hope to plant seeds of hope inside everyone else.
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die,
That would be the end.
Don't lose hope now!
All my fortune-telling senses are telling me not to leave this place. But to live means moving forward, right? So even if it's hard, even if we're scared, we don't have any choice, do we?
Exactly.
I want to keep on living. I want to open the next door. There must be something new waiting for me. So that's why, no matter what, I need to get out of here. The whole fortune-telling thing doesn't matter anymore. What matters is my own gut feelings.
When has he ever been right about his fortune telling? Never, but you know, it's whatever.
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
if I were to die,
That would be the end.
I decided to have...
By the way, the air outside, the only reason we're okay is thanks to the air.
Get out of here, girl.
Don't
Come
lose
on.
hope now!
Come on, girl. Let's go. Let's go.
I've been thinking about all this,
Asuna.
and I was thinking, at a time like this, what would Sakura do? We only get stronger by taking adversity by the horns. Confront that thorny path with enthusiasm. That sounds like something she'd say, right? No. I think that's definitely what she'd say. Which is why yeah! I've made up my mind!
Okay, Asahina. That's right,
We
girl.
won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
Hope.
If I were to die, that would be the end. By the way, the only reason is thanks to the say whatever you want if I die. In other words, the communal life you've all been meh.
Don't you dare.
Don't lose hope now.
Exactly. Don't give up on me. Don't give up on me, girl. Come on, Geoside Jack. Come on, girl.
I don't care either way. I'm fine with whichever one is more interesting. Actually, I may not look like it, but I always hated school. Hell, no matter how I look, still hate it. Oh, but no matter what, Master has to come along with us.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
Oh, no,
That's not you. That would be the end of Hope's people.
I've decided.
By the way, the only reason is thanks to the say whatever you want if I die. In other words, the communal life you've all been living will come to. I can keep on living. All of you will have to. You'll have to go into the world outside. So, will you
yeah, I
just
have
die?
to get his. I have to do his.
We won't give up.
I meant to hold it and I accidentally didn't hold it.
As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
Boom.
If I were to die, that would be the end. By the way, the only reason is thanks to the say whatever you want if I die. In other words, the communal life you've all. I can keep on living. All of you will have to go into the world outside.
Byakuya,
don't lose hope
come back
now.
to me. When? Oh. Come back to me.
What's the matter? You're not actually trying to encourage me, are you? Ridiculous. It never even crossed my mind that I might give in to despair. But
Boy,
don't
even lie.
misunderstand me. I couldn't care in the slightest what happens to you. I just have to keep my word. I swore I would end the life of the Mastermind. Besides, the Togami family isn't dead, because I'm still alive.
True.
So until I can restore the Togami family and bring it greater glory than it's ever known,
we won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
By the way, the air outside is the only reason is thanks to the air. Say whatever you want. If I die, the purifiers will. In other words, the communal life you've all been. I can keep on living. All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside.
I already said I would claim the Mastermind's life.
So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die?
Don't lose hope now.
Bianchi, you may be an idiot who nobody likes, but just get it together.
I didn't really know my father, so I can't pretend to know what he was thinking. But even if we're just connected by blood, there's one thing I am sure of. He would never want us to abandon Makoto and choose to stay here.
Exactly.
I can't explain why exactly. But if I'm sure of anything, I'm sure of that. Just because we don't actually know anything. Does that mean we can't understand? Could it be that... No, never mind. So, Makoto, I don't think you wound up at this school because you had good luck or bad luck. I think you came here for a different reason entirely. You came here to bring down the ultimate despair. You came here to confront despair without ever giving up. And if that's true, I think we could call you the ultimate hope. What do you think?
What the hell are you? So uncool. Your stupid faces, the stupid things you've said, the stupid way you all treat each other.
Let's do it.
It's all so uncool, so unhip. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! Lame, 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 lame!
I'm not any kind of elite anything. Hope isn't a talent you develop, but I still... The moment of truth. Let's go, girl.
You suck! What do you want? So uncool!
You dare to stand against us?
Hope is a joke. Who are you? Your idiocy ends here. You're gross. Suffer from despair. I just love despair. You suck. What do you want? So uncool. You're unbearable. Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Would you like to die?
You're gross. Suffer from despair. Everything is pointless.
Yo!
Despair into tomorrow.
Hope keeps on going.
I don't care. I don't care about what you're saying. I'm gonna die. Junko's losing her mind. She knows she lost.
I refuse to give up.
That was great.
I refuse to get bored. I refuse
That was
to throw
actually
it all
awesome.
away.
I only got hit like once during that. That was great.
I refuse to despair. Because all I have going for me is the desire to keep moving forward.
What's going on?
What's happening?
Hey. That's all.
It looks like we've reached the end. I think it may be time to vote.
We just gotta pull the lever, right?
Good. I'm ready to go.
Let's put an end to these trials. Put an end to the killing. With our own hands.
And are you ready to see? You're becoming a pro at the sections where you make your argument. Yeah, I am. Which is good because you have to do the same kind of stuff in the second game too. It's faster in the second game though, so I'm like,
The hell?
Indeed.
You've lost, Junko.
I lost?
I lost? Me? No way.
That's just...
It can't be! You still don't accept it? Even the ultimate despair herself is vulnerable to the onslaught of despair, it would seem.
What the heck?
But there's no use trying to fight it now.
Well, that's just... totally the best!
Huh?
So this is despair.
We came to the school 2 years ago, created our incredibly detailed plan. I even killed my own sister for it.
And now
To come this far and fail at the very end.
despair.
It's the most ultimate despair. What are you talking about? Don't you see? I was so hopelessly desperate. I was bored of the world the moment I was born. That's why I've been looking forward to this so desperately. This once-in-a-lifetime experience. It is my first and last colossal despair here at the moment of death. To have the chance to taste of the highest grade despair. The utter failure of my dreams.
Despair?
I'm so hopelessly happy right now.
Huh?
Wait, is she enjoying this?
Anyway.
What is that face? What is that face though? That's bad. Yeah, she looks so happy about it. Anyway, so are you prepared to admit defeat? You think I care whether I won or lost? Either way, it doesn't change a thing. Outside is only despair, inside is only despair. Don't turn into Toko. You don't need another one. No matter where you go, despair awaits you. That's not true.
Not possible.
You're wrong. Huh?
Don't make me repeat
Let me
myself.
tell you this right now. We no longer fear despair.
Okay.
Because we've decided to enter the outside world with hope. Yeah, Makoto totally seduced us over to his side. Everyone, he said that despair is as contagious as any disease.
However,
but the same is true of hope. All you have to do is look at us to see how true that is. Kyoko.
No.
Stop it. Stop it. I hate those faces you're making. To see those awful looks causes me nothing
There's
but pain.
one last thing.
Fine. Let me just say one last thing. If you guys want to get all hung up on the word hope, there's no skin off my nose. Just be warned. From this point on, one despair after another will stand in your way. No matter where you run, no matter where you hide. maybe you'll find some hope, but there's a very fine line dividing that hope from bitter despair. Knowing that, you still plan to cling to your hope? Of course, because we...
It's fine, it's fine.
Shut up. That was a rhetorical question. You interrupted my monologue. I'm almost done though, so whatever. Because it's almost punishment time, right? Do you really intend to go through with this? That was the agreement, right? Hold on. It's not like I want you to die. You don't have to.
Stop it!
Oh. What?
How many times do I have to tell you?
The act of living brings me no hope at all. All I want to do now is taste that despair of death that you only get once in life, so...
Don't get in my way! So this is how the despair of death feels. It's so wonderful. Even a tenth of this despair. Even 100th.
I mean, she just said, okay, yeah, I want to die.
I want every last soul on this planet to taste such despair. I want the entire world to die with that despair in its mouth. Okay, let's do this. I've reserved an extra special punishment for last. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
She's insane. %100 insane. The 1,000 blows. The cage of death. The burning of the Vesali's witch. Excavator destroyer. Blast off. This is the one that killed the headmaster after school lesson. Everything done to her and she's happy. Exactly, that's what kills me, is that she's so happy about it. She's so happy just about like being just killed. Kills me. And that's how everything came to an end. The final class trial. Junko and Ashima. The ultimate despair. Life at Hope's Peak Academy. It was all over. Chapter 6. Finished. Yes, I want to save. But even after saying it was all over, it's not like the building exploded or collapsed in on itself or anything. That wasn't the kind of ending waiting for us. Nothing changed. Well, with one exception. The air purifiers turned off. Just like Junko said, they shut off immediately. That was the only difference. So we get to see what happens next to the remaining people. Yep. We left the courtroom and made our way to the main hall. We stood in front of the door. Nobody made a sound. I felt almost absent-minded. This was our epilogue before the final ending. We were stuck there in limbo, unmoving, unsure, but in the end...
Hey.
We can't just stand around like this forever. At some point, we need to leave. To nobody's surprise, it was Kyoko who broke the silence. Makoto, would you do the honors? Oh, okay. As if awakened by Kyoko's word, I took out the object we'd gotten. Up until the moment of her death, it had belonged to Junko, and in the end, she dropped it before us.
So,
But, is that really it? Is that really the key to this door?
Indeed.
You don't have to read into what she said too much to find the answer.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
In other words,
I will force you out. She said that, just before dropping that. It makes sense that it would be our way out of here. But you never know. Maybe it's actually a switch that's gonna make the school self-destruct. I mean, Junko never said specifically that she'd let us out, that she'd let us leave here alive.
it's true.
You may be right about that. Maybe.
Yes.
But even so, it's impossible to think we wouldn't take our chances with it. Yeah, I guess that's true. There's nothing to worry about. If something ever happened to Master, I'd take my scissors and jam them so far up. Huh? Hey, where's the courtroom? Where's the mastermind? It's all over. We're just about to leave the school. What? Leave? We can go outside? Then that means that me and the master can get married? And then he'll give me a little jewel of a baby?
That's enough.
Please stop. That would be a greater horror than anything I've encountered so far.
Anyway,
don't worry. I have no doubt that we'll be able to leave here without a problem. It's what happens after we get out that I'm worried about. But you know, in the end, I think part of me still thinks...
Serious?
Maybe when we get out of there, we'll see that everything she said about the world was a lie. That on the other side of this door is a world as peaceful as we remember. A lie. Peaceful as we remember? Well, no matter what it looks like, it's still our world. It's where we're meant to live. Yeah, I guess so. And how do I put this? Unlike this school, the world is really big, right? Since it's so big, I'm sure there must be some despair, no matter what. But there also has to be lots of hope, right?
in other words,
The act of searching for hope, to try and find it. That by itself is the true meaning of hope. As long as you have that hope, you can keep moving forward, no matter what trouble you may fall into.
am I wrong?
Is that what you mean, Makoto? Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I don't need any of you to spell that out for me. You know, Junko mentioned that there were still others out there who hadn't cast away hope just yet. Maybe I should find them and make them work for me. To rebuild the world, we must first rebuild the Togami dynasty. I'll go with you. I'll follow you anywhere you want me to go.
You got it.
Well, my first stop is going to be the closest donut shop. I can figure out the rest from there.
Hey.
And what are you going to do if there are no more donut shops? Or donuts?
Okay.
I'll just get some flour and make some myself. And if there's no flour, I'll just grow some wheat. I get it now. There's no road, you just gotta build one. Creation, fate, it's telling me to remake the world. That's my hope.
How about that?
I've reached the next stage. The next chapter of Yasuhiro Hagakure's life story is about to begin. Thanks, Hina. You totally opened my eyes. Hey, personal space, buddy. You're seriously creeping me out.
Makoto.
Come on, Makoto. Even if everyone in the outside world is gone, even if the world is steeped in despair, as long as I have people like you around, I can face forward and keep moving. Could we not just throw Toko in any of the death traps? It's getting too far, honestly. Just casually toss her into after school lesson so she can get smashed. Literally. If we can get out there and do something, have some sort of impact. But what can we do? There's so few of us and we're so small. So what can we do? No. We can probably do anything. Yeah, we can do anything.
Well, I guess this is goodbye. And goodbye to Sakura. But hey, if we gotta say goodbye, we may as well do it with a smile on our face.
Hey guys! You guys want your fortunes told anywhere, anytime. You just let me know. I'll be there.
You know how much I hate being annoyed, but if something does come up, you may as well let me know. I can't guarantee I'll actually bother listening, but, you know.
I don't know why, but I have a burning desire to start writing. I might be able to pull it off. A story about Master and me, and the others, I guess.
I can't say I'm sorry about what happened, but still, it does feel kind of strange.
I really don't know what to say. I guess we graduated?
I guess. It looks like hope really is spreading. As long as I never give up. I have to push even harder. I'm going to keep moving forward with hope in my heart. Since I have hope, I can show courage. Since I have hope, I can move ahead. The world can move ahead. The door began to open. With my hands, with our hands. Hope and despair mingled together, opening the door to the future. The big doors open. This is exciting. And that's the end of Danganronpa, y'all. At least the first game. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Well, no, we do not get to see outside. So we have no idea if it was actually a lie, if, you know, all those images she was showing us were fake or not. We don't know if the world actually was, like, destroyed or anything.
Interesting. Things are getting very interesting indeed. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not a teddy bear. I am Monokuma. And I am this school's headmaster.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's still up and kicking. He's kicking. Yeah. All's well that ends. So, that's the end. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end this stream right here. But then I'm gonna just like start a new one up and pull up the second game. Thank you. So I will be like right back. I'm just gonna end this stream here. So thanks for tuning in to the end of Danganronpa 2. Danganronpa, oops. I'm very excited for Danganronpa 2. But I'll see you in like 5 seconds.